Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game is starting to show on Steam a set level of players. Unfortunately, it's a lot less than their competitors in the asymmetrical horror game world. There are signs that the game is starting to slow down more than expected. But why is that? The game has delivered on DLC as promised. They made it a fun game to play. At first, when you get into it, what could be the issue here? You could play the game for hours because it was new, and it still should feel new at this stage in the game. Because, need I remind you, the game released on May 28th, and that's if you pre-ordered it. So, fairly, we only a month and some change into the game release, and yet, I bet you are struggling to keep playing. All the asymmetrical horror games eventually become redundant because you learn the maps and you learn how the characters play. But I believe Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game reached its peak too soon. The game replayability is just not there. You probably have noticed that after a week of playing both the clowns and the human archetypes, you are not getting a different level of excitement from each archetype you play. You want to play the clowns, but it gets boring just as quick as playing the humans. The base objective here is to gather cocoons and stopping humans from escaping if you're playing the clowns. On the other side is the humans, and their objective is to basically escape the map. The only challenge that the humans come across is that the map size does make it a little more difficult, because I'm starting to see it now. Just start being on the lookout for bots and unfilled lobbies. While you're watching, remember to hit that subscribe button to keep up with the asymmetrical horror game news. I appreciate it. Moving on, there was a bunch of fixes that the game definitely needed at launch, but was expected due to that's just how asymmetrical horror games tend to roll out. But the fixes did not touch on balancing the clowns and the humans. So the most recent patch that came out, 1.02, which buffed the clowns for the most part in regards of stamina and health, but the core gameplay itself remained an issue because now the game is unbalanced. Now the question is this: will the devs start to look at the gameplay itself? If they are not thinking about it, they probably should. Maybe they should look at certain game modes to add into the game, because right now adding skins to the game only do so much into keeping people interested in playing the game. Or maybe they should look into customization of human players adjusting the character's attributes to their liking, instead of them being just a fixed number per archetype. I want to highlight this. Since the game release, there has been about 3 different types of skins introduced into the game. Would you keep it count? The Savani Clown skin, the Summertime Human skin, and the Slappy skin. Let me know if I'm missing anything down below in the chat. While you doing that, remember to leave a howl by hitting that like button, folks. Now the skins that was released are cool, but if another skin is due to release after Slappy, then I fear of DLC skins being the main attraction to this game, and I don't think it's enough. But if you've been keeping up with the asymmetrical horror game world, DBD, in other terms Dead by Daylight, is having trouble with their community, and people are complaining about how players are taking the game too serious. And since Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game is meant to be more fun than competitive, but the peak audience is starting to waver, that leaves one recent asymmetrical horror game left that people are interested in playing, and that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game. I am guilty of thinking TCM would fall to Killer Klowns from Outer Space in terms of audience appeal. Now TCM was on the brink of self-destructing, but it seems they are pulling things together, and their Steam online players compared to Killer Klowns is way higher by a pretty good amount. These are Steam numbers before somebody get in the chat and point out that it's Steam statistics only. I know. The way that everybody was talking about Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game, it was supposed to take the lead in the asymmetrical horror game world over Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Dead by Daylight. Due to the strong release, it looked like it was going to happen, but this game is not keeping my attention like I thought it would. It just seemed like Killer Klowns from Outer Space is taking a backseat behind TCM. What a shame.